Hey there, today I'm going to be doing my version of a pure Lightsworn deck, and let's just get started. So, first things first, you're going to want to run 3 JD. He's your win condition of the deck. He allows you to, once he's summoned, pay 1,000 and then pop the field and, attack for 3,000. You can do this as many times as you want, before you kill yourself, paying 1,000, so you can do it pretty much 8 times if you haven't gotten any damage yet. But he's a really good card. He's your win condition. You should definitely run 3. Next up, you want to run 3 Rayden. He's your mill engine of the deck. He allows you to any main phase, when he's summoned afterwards and whatnot. You get to mill 2, and then end phase you get to mill 2 more. So you get to mill 4 in total every turn. And he's also a level 4 tuner. So he's a really good card to run. So I run him at 3. I say that's the best number to run him at. You can run him at 2. Don't run him at 1, because then he's pretty much, useless in the deck. Other than, you get to synchro with him. And he's your main tuner of the deck. So now onto Lumina. She allows you to get your Lightsworn monsters out of the grave that you have. And during your end phase, you get to, mill 3. So you discard 1 card, doesn't matter what card, could be spell, trap, monster, and you can get Lightsworn monster out of the grave. So one thing, there's a card ruling where, you can get a Lightsworn monster out of the grave. If you discard a Lightsworn monster, you can get the Lightsworn monster out of the grave, but you do have to have a target in there first to get the one that you just sent out of the grave back to the field. So say you have a wolf, send him to the grave. As long as you have a target, you can get him back to the field. So, if you were looking to, synchro, if you have her, to get your wolf out, and you already have a Rayden on the field, you can go for, a level 8 synchro. I don't do that too often, because I usually go for a Rayden to, get the mill off and synchro for Michael. Or any other level 7 synchro I have in my deck. Extra deck. So, on to the next card. 3 Reiko, you can run him pretty much at any number that you want. I like running him at 3. Because pretty much you can pop a card on the field and then just mill 3. So, he's really good. He's the only monster you're going to be setting in the deck. Really. I never set anything else. So, if you're running Lightsworns, people are going to know that you are going to be setting Reiko. So be aware of that, because they're probably going to try and attack into it. But when they attack into it, his effect will activate. But if he's destroyed by like a card effect, his effect won't activate. He just gets destroyed. Next up, this is where people are going to say, what are you doing? I run 3 wolf. Most people usually run him at like 1 and maybe 2, but I like running him at 3 because 1, since this is like a pure Lightsworn deck, you're going to be milling a lot, and regardless, most Lightsworn deck do mill a lot, but since you're going to be milling a lot regardless, you can get him to the grave a little bit faster, and when he's in the grave, sent by, from the deck to the grave, you can get him right back to the field and, go for a quick synchro, or go for a level or Xyz, or something like that. And he has 2100 attack, which is really good. And since I run 3, he makes one of my, favorite Xyz cards that I have in the deck. Next up, I run 3 Necro Gardener. You definitely want to run 3 of this. You can run it at 2, but you probably are going to want to run it at 3, because you're going to be milling a lot. Again, these are Lightsworn, so you're going to be milling a lot. Once you get him in the grave, you can banish him to negate an attack, which is really good. Or when you have him in the grave and you're going to have a light monster in the grave, because you're going to be milling your Lightsworns, you can go straight for your BLS, because say you use one to get out your BLS, you're still going to have 2 others most likely in the grave to negate other attacks, and BLS is self-explanatory. He's really good. Banish monster or attack twice, so either way, he's a really good card to have. On to our Honest, they're up to 2 now, so he's really good to have regardless. People are going to run him in decks that you know, regardless of what deck they're running, they're most likely going to run him. You know, people that are new to the game and they want a good card, they're going to run him because he can, you know, help you deal a lot of damage to your opponent, or they can, you know, defend their monsters, and good people are going to play this card because it's a good card, and people that are at the intermediate stage are going to play it because they know he's good, and they know that that he's a really useful card. Up to Celestia, I haven't really seen people running Celestia at all, but she's really, really good for how I run this deck, because, you know, you can, you know, mill 4 when you tribute a Lightsworn monster, and then you get the pop 2 cards on the field, which can allow you to deal a lot of damage. So it's really, really nice to have her in the deck, and also she adds to all the names that you're going to be putting in the grave, so it's a win-win situation with her for me. Then I run Lila. She's pretty much your MST of the deck that you can do as many times as you want. You know, summon her, target, and then wait until the end phase, and then change her to defense position. You know, pop a spell or trap on the field. Now for the 1 monsters, I run 1 Minerva. She allows you pretty much to, when she's sent from the deck to the grave, you get to mill an extra card, which can be good or bad depending on what's happening. Like, you don't have to, but you can. And also, she is your searcher for JD. But I used to run her at 2, but she clogged because not all the time you're gonna have all 8 names. So I run her at 1 because 1, she's a tuner and she's a level 3, level 3 tuner, so she's really good for synchros. If you're just going to be using her for like synchros and not really searching out for JD, you can run her at 2, but I run her at 1 because she's actually been working really well at that. I do side another Minerva, so if I really wanted to, I can. But she's good at 1 right now because you're not going to really be using for attacking. You're going to be using for her, either synchro or, that one chance where you're going to be going for your JD. And you're going to be blowing her up, so either way she's going to end up in your grave, and she's not going to be really relevant at that point in time. Unless you're going to, Lumina. Erin, I pretty much use her as a beater, along with Jane and Gareth. Those are pretty much my beaters for the deck. So that's it for monsters. Let's get those out of the way. I'm not going to try and fix those or anything, because there's just a huge pile of stuff now. Now, the spells are pretty self-explanatory. Your draw power, right there, for your Lightsworn deck. So 3 Solar Recharge, 2 Monster Reincarnation, 1 Charge of the Light Brigade, and 1 Foolish. On traps, you only run 4 traps in the deck. Breakthrough Skill, self-explanatory, and Beckoning Light, which is ridiculously broken. I might be switching out a monster or spell or something, I don't know. I'll have to do some deck testing, but I think you can run it at 3, I don't remember, I have to check again. But this card is ridiculously broken in Lightsworns. Discard your entire hand and then get any light monster in your graveyard. So, go for those JDs that you sent to the grave, or go for those Raydens that are in the grave. This card is ridiculously broken. Or any light monster that's in your grave that's an extra deck monster that you really want to get back. Put that back in your extra deck and play it. First things first for the extra deck. 1 Black Rose, self-explanatory, pop the field and then go for your beaters or your not Lightsworn, JD, and deal a lot of damage, or you can leave her out there to deal a lot of damage. Stardust, negate those effects and deal damage. Colossal Fighter, he's one of your beaters for the extra deck, because, you're going to have all those warrior monsters in the grave, and he's going to get a lot of attack, because I think I used JD and popped the field with it, but then he destroyed my JD, I don't remember, and then I summoned him, I don't remember how I did it, but I was able to get off a lot of attack, because I had pretty much every single one of my Lightsworn monsters in the grave. So he had a ridiculous amount of attack, and then I think I just won the game off that. So he can be a really good monster. He does work, you summon him when there's pretty much an opening or you want to destroy something and deal a lot of damage. You get him out, and he's going to, deal a lot of damage to your opponent. You can, deal a lot of damage and OTK someone. Your Red Dragon Archfiend. I don't see people running him too often, but I ran him because I don't remember which card I didn't have. I think I didn't have a Catastor, which I still don't have, so I'm running him in there. But he is pretty much another beater, but he can also just destroy every single defense position monster your opponent controls. It's good against, Ghost Tricks and whatnot that set a lot of monsters and then destroy all of them. But I haven't really gotten all the specifics on Ghost Tricks, so you'll have to look into that. One Scrap Dragon, self-explanatory. And then 3 Michael. Yeah, I think everybody pretty much knows what Michael does, but if you don't, pretty much what he can do is that when you summon him, you can pay 1,000, and I think, yeah, you banish that target. I was just making sure. You can banish that target, and then when he's destroyed by anything, so if you Judgment Dragon him, or if your opponent destroys him or anything, you can get pretty much every single Lightsworn monster in your graveyard back to your deck. So, shuffle it then, and then you gain 300 life points for each Lightsworn monster. So if you're low on life points when using all your JDs, you just got all your life points back, pretty much. Unfortunately, you don't get your JDs back because it's not a Lightsworn monster, but getting the chance to get all your Lightsworn monsters back so you don't deck out is a really good effect. That does it for the Synchros. For Xyz, I run one number 49. Number 49, pretty much, since you're going to be using JD a lot in this deck, if you get him out, which I do get him out quite a bit, to get my life points back, and to get a couple of my Lightsworns back, he gives you 500 life points back each standby phase that you have him on the field, and I don't think this can be destroyed by battle, but if this was going to be destroyed, you can detach an Xyz material, and it wouldn't get destroyed. But then once this is destroyed, it goes to the grave, and then you get to choose. I think this goes back to your extra deck. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target 2 to level 3 monsters in graveyard, shuffle them both into your deck, and if you do, return this card from the graveyard to the extra deck. Yeah. So when he's destroyed, he goes right back to your extra deck, and then you get to put 2 level 3 monsters. So you can keep doing that over and over again and getting life points back. So he's really, really good. Wind up Zen mains, Gaga Cowboy for burn damage, pretty much. There's your beater, number 39, and then Ragnar Zero. He's a really, really good card, because, he can destroy an opponent's monster, and then you get to draw another card. Just make sure that it is different attack than what it was before, or else, you're screwed. You're going to activate it, and he's going to be like, oh, I know what you're trying to do. Or you're going to summon him by accident, and you're going to be like, oh, god damn it, that was a waste. And, now, this is, like, one of my favorite extra deck monsters for the Xyz, mainly for the art and whatnot. One Bujintai Katsuguchi. I always mash up that name, but I like the art a lot. So, what he does is that he requires 2 level 4 Beast Warrior monsters. Your 2 Wolf are your Beast Warriors. So, you get him on the field. You get those on the field, which I do get a lot. And then he automatically, when you summon him, he automatically mills 5. Regardless of that, he has nothing to do with the Lightsworn deck. You mill 5, and that's really, really good. And so you get all those names in the grave. Like, say you have 1 less, and then you want to use a Minerva, you can get him on the field, or you get to, like, mill a whole bunch. And then the last card of the deck, of the extra deck, is Heroic Champion Excalibur. He's another beater, because he can get off 4,000 attack. And that is really, really good for saying your opponent has, like, nothing on the field. And then, I put together a small extra, side deck, which kind of has just random cards that I kind of wanted to put in. 1 Minerva, 1 Gores, the Fabled Cerebral, and then Judgment of Anubis. The side deck is still incomplete. I've just been looking at all my cards and seeing what would fit in. I haven't really found anything yet. But, that's my Lightsworn deck. Like it, subscribe, and whatnot. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video.